Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and in just a second we will be starting Chaos in Deponia, Chapter 4 of the Deponia Complete Journey, the second part of the three trilogy, three-game trilogy. We did all of Chapter 1, 2, and 3. And when from the main menu there, that was the main menu for Deponia the Complete Journey you were just looking at. After we've done this, we could click on, say, 3 here, and we would jump right into 3, which you would think would be a great thing. Unfortunately, if we do that, it won't save anything. So if we click here, and then we hit escape,
what?
Now we're in the menu of Welcome to Deponia. Well, not Welcome to Deponia, just Deponia, the first game. And it has this button here for 1, 2, and 3, but because we didn't play 1, 2, or 3, and we're starting on 3, the only thing we have is the very beginning of Chapter 3. So what does this all have to do with anything? Well, the problem here is the bonuses. There's only like a very slim opportunity in which you can have all of these images unlocked and see them all the cutscenes. And the sculpture, I imagine, was some kind of Easter egg that you would have to find. But even if you unlock all of this and save it, you've got you need to, at that point, save the save file into one of these slots so you can load it back, so you can get to the main first game menu so that you can actually see any of those things, because none of that is accessible at all once you start the, for example, 4th chapter. So if we click on the 4th chapter, we'll just go ahead and escape. Now we're into the Chaos in Deponia menu, which, by the way, no chapter button here, and the bonus videos are different for the second game, and instead of a sculpture you have a puzzle. So that's all a very long way to show and say. This thing is just a mess as far as menus. You would be much better if it were the same price to have been able to buy just a bundle of the first of each game, so you could exit out and go to the next thing. And it's still not the right situation I want to do if I just start a new game in Chapter 4, because then I won't have saved anywhere that I've done Chapter 1, 2, and 3. So fortunately I need to then load back up to the save file that I made last time. That's really long, and I'm sorry about that, but I think it's necessary just to show the garbage that is this integration of 3 games together. It's not very smooth. Fortunately, I'm talking about a menu. It's just a menu. If you sit like most players, you won't spend any time in it at all. We have the commentary on again by default. I don't want it on. So we have to go back to the menu and turn that off. But that's the only thing I need to do. So now we're back to the tutorial again for Chaos in Deponia, Chapter 4, starts with Chapter 4. And that was 4 minutes, way too long. Let's begin. Talk to Bozo.
Talk to Bozo.
You don't have to say that aloud.
Hey, who's talking to you?
Hello there. You clicked on me.
Yeah, and I regret it already. But you see, there's nothing left here that you could teach me. You don't even know, how to look at an object.
But I already know that.
I see. And how?
I point at it with my mouse cursor and right-click when the eye icon appears.
Nonsense. That's not an eye. It's a ping pong ball.
With a pupil?
Yeah, it's loaded.
Why would they use a loaded ping pong ball as an icon for the action examine?
I'm about to demonstrate that using the small object lying on the ground over there by pointing the cursor at it and right-clicking as soon as the ping pong ball appears.
I'm holding my breath.
So they still need to like put a circle around the item they're talking about. It's the yen again. We're doing the same tutorial, getting the junk press to work.
I thought you were going to look at that thing on the floor.
I can see it. It's lying there.
I meant look at it more closely. Just point at it and right-click when you see the eye on the cursor.
What's that?
It's the reactor lead head.
But it was a cathode plunger in the last game.
It's the lead head, believe me. You need it to repair the press.
And how exactly am I going to do that if I can't even pick the thing up?
Sure you can pick it up. Just point at it with the mouse to make the hand icon appear. Then left-click to pick it up.
Oh no, this has to be easier.
Do you really need a point-and-click adventure, like, tutorial like this? I don't think you really do.
Huh? Where'd it go?
You put it in your inventory. You know, where all your items go.
I think you just
You
put it
pick the
in his
thing
other
up.
pocket.
Now use the mouse
You
wheel
used to
to
put it
open
in
the
the
inventory.
on the other side.
Hey, there it is.
Exactly. Now, this is your inventory.
I knew that.
Here you can view all the stuff you're lugging around. You remember how to do that, don't you?
Alright, so we use the yang with the yin. See, yeah, it's in the other
Look
pocket.
here, bozo. I fixed the part.
I won't believe that until I see it in operation.
I know. My handyman skills are really incredible.
So let's just get this over. We put the yin yang in the bracket.
It fits.
Next you need to...
Hey, you don't have to spoon feed me. I'll manage the rest.
Whatever.
So step over here, press the button.
When you're ready, you need to...
Hold your horses, will ya? It's just a button. I think I can manage without your help.
Rufus, don't! You're standing right under the...
Don't panic. You don't think I'd fall for the same feeble gag twice. So, what was that again? I push this button here, and then...
Didn't look all that feeble to me.
They came out of nowhere. With their cruisers, plasma weapons, and mechanical beards. Organized. They took our village by force. They left nothing behind but tears and devastation. They were looking for gold and Elysium, the girl that fell from the sky. And only one person was prepared to save her. He woke her up, contacted her fiance, and took her to the lower Ascension station, only to learn the shocking truth once he got there. Cletus, Gold's fiance, wasn't acting out of love. He had an agreement with Ulysses, the mysterious leader of the Organon, and Argus, his right hand. They needed the Ascension codes, hidden away in Gold's brain implant, and they wanted to erase her memory. They wanted to make sure no Elysian would ever know that our world is inhabited. For their goal was terrible beyond imagination. They wanted to blow up our world. But they had failed to reckon with the One. He swapped the cartridges. And he restored Goal's memory so that she could bear the truth to Elysium. The name of this one man, this selfless hero, was Rufus. Dun, 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 dun. Bop, bop, bop.
That wasn't the whole story, was it?
That was the first part. I think it's going to be a trilogy.
Sounds a bit unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievably cool.
But if it really all happened like that, shouldn't I be on my way to Elysium with Cletus? So what are you doing here? Where is Cletus? Why am I unable to remember any of this? And forgive me for asking, but why is there a burning saw blade stuck in the side of the ship?
Oh, that. Oh, well, I was about to get to that part. So listen up. Da 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 dun 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 dun.
You're being pathetic again about accurate bacteria in the fridge. It's getting boring, but packing bags due to dirty socks I threw to lampshades rim borders on anodons gone. Didn't I explicate it? Are you still not persuaded? There's cracks growing on your tympanic membrane. Remember Deponia, self-sacrifices and gosh, not to start all over again.
Huzzah all over again.
Trash. Trash. And more trash.
Isn't it adorable?
Yeah, sure. Hard to imagine I ever wanted to leave here.
Ah, Rufus. This is the lad I was telling you about.
What? Him? From what you told me, I had imagined a smart young man, not a filthy bum.
There's more to him than meets the eye. When I first met him, Rufus was still a... how shall I put this?
Just say it. I was a self-indulgent slob, but I'm steadily improving.
That's right. Right now, for example, he is helping Bozo to get the trawler shipshape.
So I am. I was going to ask you whether I can borrow your hammer.
No problem. You can take it from my toolbox over there.
Thanks, Doc. You're the best.
Wow.
I still don't know, really. Something just doesn't seem right about that boy.
But Grandma Utz, whatever are you talking about?
Grandma Utz. So he's actually going to help out. Interesting. Let's grab the toolbox and I'll grab the hammer, I guess.
Didn't you tell me that he suffers from an exaggerated opinion of himself?
Those days are over. Rufus has learned a lot. He is much more careful than before.
Poor birds.
This seems like a brutal thug to me.
Rufus? Brutal? Never.
Let's pick up the power inverter
Aren't
while
you
we're here.
worried he might steal something?
I trust him completely.
Really?
Did he even wash his hands?
Of course he did. Rufus is very clean.
That's good. I have a very limited supply of water.
Interesting. grab the box.
All I'm saying is that he seems very clumsy.
Your fears are completely groundless. Rufus has become very careful since his last adventure.
I think I'm gonna do a blessing on this bird at this point.
And if he has to use the toilet, then he can do that on the trawler.
Of course, Grandma.
It's just that I have hardly any water left.
He's just getting a hammer.
What if he suddenly blows a fuse?
Believe me, those days are over.
Okay, so let's try the inverter that inverts things in the box.
If that's all true, then he must have turned himself around 180 degrees.
That's how it is. As if someone installed a power inverter in him.
So now the toilet's going to, instead of going flushing down, it's going to flush up.
And he shouldn't give John Thomas too much to drink under any circumstances.
Well, if that's all you're worried about,
Something like that can kill a little bird.
Rufus isn't going to drown your bird by accident.
Okay, so, ooh, the water goes up, went up to the tank, and now I'm gonna flush it down the sink.
He would ask before he used my water supply, wouldn't he?
Absolutely.
Good, good. I have to get by on what I have until the end of the month. Perhaps I'm worrying unnecessarily. After all, John Thomas is very good at self-defense.
Oh, Grandma Utz, as if that would be at all necessary.
It's trying to grab the inverter. Let's push this button in. What's the next piece to this puzzle? This is a funny turn of events. We lost a hammer somewhere though. Let's see. Because we don't have it here. Have we even started on our quest? Let's see. Nope. Tell Rufus you found the hammer. Yep. So that's taken up a lot of this puzzle here already. This large picture. Wow. So we have a button, we have a flush button, we have a sink. Do I have to hit the flush button, then the other sink button? No, they don't seem to be related. Maybe I need to talk to him. As I'm looking here, I'm pixel hunted. Again. Let's just go ahead and talk to Doc.
May I interrupt for a moment?
Of course. Did you find the hammer?
Well, not exactly.
It's in my tool chest. You're welcome to take it. As long as you promise not to wreak havoc.
Not me.
So nothing can be said there.
May I interrupt for a moment?
Of course. Did you find the hammer?
Well, not exactly.
It's in my tool chest. You're welcome to take it, as long as you promise not to wreak havoc.
Not me.
So I can't leave this area. And I push this button, and it spins them around like a garbage disposal. Am I standing in the way of something that I can click on? Gosh, it's far too early in the game for me to be getting stuck. Oh, the hammer's down here. Let's grab that.
I just hope he doesn't turn my whole house upside down.
He's just getting a hammer. How much damage could he possibly do?
Fire?
Can a person really change so much?
It's very simple. Once burned, twice shy. And Rufus has burned his fingers more than once. He has learned. I would bet the house on it.
Doesn't look like I can. Let's try to use the sink, I suppose. So the house is on fire. I can't use the fire with anything. Oh, I do have a tablecloth now. Let's use the tablecloth in the sink.
You almost have me convinced, but there is one thing that still worries me. He had better not clog my garbage disposal. The blades are so sharp. Things are always getting caught in there.
Oh, Grandma. You worry about the silliest things.
Alright.
If you promise me that he will be careful, then everything is all right. Just as long as nothing happens to my John Thomas.
This is terrible.
Promise.
So this is weird because the first game, chapter 1, 2, and 3, made a specific point to not harm any animals, and they're doing a quick 180 here.
Then I should apologize. I suppose your Rufus really must have improved.
So the garbage disposal just eats things and shoots it out the front?
Well, what do you know? Here it is.
Have you found it at last?
Yeah, sure.
It certainly took you long enough. I hope you didn't leave a mess.
Me? No way. But enough chit-chat. Bozo's waiting.
Just relax, Rufus. It's not like anything's on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Wow. You're just gonna leave a house on fire with two old people?
By the way, what's that funky smell? Rufus, have you gone completely off the deep end? You almost set Grandma Utz's heart on fire.
All for a good cause.
You committing suicide?
No, I'm traveling to Elysium.
But Rufus, we've been through all that. I thought you would finally become reasonable.
Become reasonable? I am reasonable. And that's exactly why my plan is gonna work this time.
What plan are you talking about?
Well, what does it look like?
It looks like a madman's attempt to refute the principle of action and reaction.
Close enough.
Goodness gracious me.
As soon as I step on these bellows, The cork will hit the 3 targets one by one in a spectacular chain reaction. This will cause the rockets to be lit and the safety rope to be cut. I have calculated everything. Just watch and learn.
Cut off the hands
and keep
of
away
Doc.
from the falling blade if you want to hold on to your fingers.
Doc?
You'll see. I will go to Elysium.
Stop it, Rufus. The only thing you will achieve is a spectacular suicide.
Don't panic. I've calculated everything.
Let's see, I have no items I can use right now. I can look at a lot of things.
An apology is about to be due.
But I think the only thing I
The
can
first target
really do...
opens the gas tap on the Bunsen burner, which then lights the fuse.
Isn't it more probable that the cork will simply knock over the Bunsen burner?
My design is based on science, not some nebulous probabilities.
The calculation of probabilities is an integral component of all sciences.
For you, maybe. My science is based on hearsay and inner conviction. After the cork ricochets off the other 2 targets, it will hit exactly here. I've calculated everything precisely.
How did you calculate that?
Well, the way you calculate things. You lie down for a while, and these mathematical formulas come to you in your sleep. Light the fireworks as soon as the saw blade is in the air. Then, they will create enough spin to catapult me directly to Elysium. At the halfway point, eagles will start to fly alongside me if my sketch is correct. Second, the cork will ricochet off this pan.
I seriously doubt that. On what do you base this assumption?
Well, I drew a target on it, didn't I?
Oh, heavens.
So it's gonna hit this one, it's gonna ricochet off this one, which I don't think does anything else, and then it's gonna hit that one. So is there anything more to look at?
Watch your fingers, Doc. As soon as the cork hits the 3rd target, the scale will trigger the guillotine.
It would be insane to believe that will work, but it would be even more insane to assume I would be safe here.
So I don't think we have anything else we really need to look at. So let's just do it.
Take a good look.
Rufus, no!
Uh-oh. Doc, that's not a good place for a nap. The Bunsen burner could boil away the water in the vase any minute. And when the scales pan goes up, it will trigger the guillotine. The fuse is already lit. Doc, are you listening? Wake up! Oh, what a bummer. Save Doc, or go to Elysium. Darn it, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Ah. So now we have to either tell Gold how the saw blade landed, tell Rufus how to perform a spectacular maneuver, tell how Rufus saved Doc. Interesting. So are we gonna do split stories here? Let's talk to Doc.
Doc, are you listening? Wake up! Oh, what a bummer.
Step on the bellows, I guess.
Huh. The gas from the bottle is being blown toward the flames. Unfortunately, it isn't enough to light the gas. Too bad. That would be a cool party trick.
Let's see.
Nope, my breath isn't enough to blow the gas into the flame. Too bad. That would be a cool party trick.
Take the
I
knife.
think I can reach it. Oh, not quite. Must be because of the wind.
Take the pot
And
handle.
Whoop! Oof,
the
perfect
knife.
body control, as always.
and throw the knife at the vase.
I could hit that with a well-aimed toss, but that would just trigger the guillotine. And somehow, I doubt that Doc would still be in the mood for thunderous applause.
Throw the dock.
I could hit that with a well-aimed toss, but I just can't remember which side the glass eye is on.
Oh. Here's Elysium in the background. Throw the
I
knife.
could hit that with a well-aimed toss, which would be totally spectacular. But then the knife would be gone.
Let's see. Let's see. The knife with the bellows.
Very clever. I'll simply solve the problem through a process of elimination. Doc will be proud of it if he isn't decapitated in the next few seconds. Very clever. I'll simply solve. Doc will be proud of it if he isn't decapitated in the next few seconds.
What am I supposed to do with the knife? It doesn't look like we can hit the fuse. Try
It's
it
already
again.
broken enough.
Oh, come on, come on.
I could hit that with a well-aimed toss, but that would just trigger the guilt. And somehow,
Yeah. And this isn't a inventory situation because I still can't pull that up. I can't cut this rope. We're playing pixel hunting again. I can't free myself. The bellows we already tried, the gas we already tried. The Bunsen burner.
very clever. I'll simply solve the problem through a process of elimination. Doc will be proud of me if he isn't decapitated in the next few seconds.
Oh, come on. We tried the vase, we tried the Bunsen burner, we tried the gas. We tried Doc, we tried the guillotine. I don't see anything else that we could cut. Already we are getting to that point, aren't we? Getting confused. I see a little spark here. I don't know what that is though. I don't see a safety wire that I can cut. I don't see a fuse I can click on. Look. Let's see. If I could throw the knife in the guillotine and maybe stop it from falling, that would be nice, but that's not realistic. As Elysium. Fireworks.
Maybe I can scratch a little black powder out of there. That shouldn't affect the flight characteristics of the saw blade, should it?
Ah, there we go.
That tickles.
There we go, finally.
With the right momentum, I could catapult the black powder into the air intake of the bellows. Easy and totally realistic.
Now I step on the
If the
bellows.
black powder reaches the flames, it could ignite the gas. And then, there's bound to be an interesting chain reaction, whose outcome is very difficult to predict. What am I waiting for? Oh, it worked! I saved Doc! What?
Rufus! Rufus!
Huh? What?
You haven't answered my question. How did you get here? I just don't understand.
That's because there is nothing to understand.
The whole story is nothing but one big filthy lie. Almost as filthy as Rufus, but not quite.
Cletus?
Of course it's Cletus. Why would that surprise you? I am not the one who barged in here uninvited. I have come to save my planet. Well done, moron. Goal and I had reached an agreement. I was trying to keep the existence of the Deponians a secret from the Council of Elders so that Deponia could be exploded, but Goal convinced me to tell the truth. We were just about to save Deponia. The escape pod was taking us to Elysium. Now, it's useless. We're not going to make it to Elysium, and the Council of Elders will never learn about the Deponians. Bravo, Rufus. That was a stroke of genius. Don't listen to him, Goal. He's lying through his teeth.
I don't know. His version does sound pretty convincing.
Remember, he's lied to you before. The Goal that I know would never have let him get away with it. That's because you only know one part of Goal, the part that is naive and idealistic. The Goal that I know is a fighter who will stand up for what she believes in. But there is a third part as well, and that part sides with me. Isn't that true, Goal? There is no third part. You tell him, Goal.
I just don't know. I can't remember a thing.
Of course you can't. Thanks to this Fleabag's brilliant intervention, your brain implant has been damaged. It's a habit of his. I'll fix it. Don't worry. You still don't get it, do you? We have no use for you here. If you really want to help Goal, then jump. We're directly over the ocean. With a little luck, you may even survive the fall. No! No, this isn't right! Oh, come on. Do what is best for Goal.
Interesting, we're at this point already. And, man, this probably is going to be a pretty short, chapter at this rate. We have a badge, and we have an eject button.
That looks like an ejector seat. Huh, there's still dust on the label. A shrink ray. That's even better than an ejector seat. I won't let that underhanded traitor take Goal to Elysium.
Why? She needs to go to Elysium. Somebody needs to, at least.
Wait, there's more dust. Awesome! A bear! That's my favorite so far.
Let's blow on it again.
Huh, must be the ejector seat after all. And again, the shrink ray.
Interesting. Let's try the shrink ray.
I'm what's best for Goal. No, don't! Ha! Nothing. Why? I wonder if... Uh-oh! No! Goal! You idiot! Goal! No, 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 no! You blasted idiot!
Cletus, help me!
Hang on! Don't panic! I'll come and get you! Somehow! Do you finally realize the damage you're doing?
Cletus!
Don't panic! I'll get you! Why don't I do everyone a favor and kill you right here? I'm coming, Goal! Hang in there! Where do you think you're going? I'm on my way!
Watch out! The rope's going to break at any moment!
What are you doing? Did you really think you could get away like that? Say bye-bye, Rufus. Cletus, no!
Cletus!
Oh dear, what have I done?
I still can't believe he really did that.
No need to worry, really. He's just like a wombat. He often falls, but he always lands on
all the others. I know. What is that noise?
What the?
Goal?
Don't be silly. If that were gold, the next we could expect.
Rufus. Ouch.
Man, we're just watching this game at this rate.
Everything's ready for detonation, Bailiff. Acknowledged, Chief Blaster. Anything else? Are there no new instructions? We can start the countdown now. I appreciate your eagerness, but this is not a training maneuver. This is about destroying the zone around the Rust Red Sea before we blow up the entire planet. I see, Bailey. Stop interrupting me. I know very well what is at stake here. Do you think I wasn't aware of all the implications? It is true. Inspector Cletus has not yet reached Elysium. We can only guess what kept him, but as long as there is still hope that he will complete his task, we need not worry. Until then, I don't want to hear about any countdowns. Do you understand? Yes, I do, baby. Cletus is going to succeed. He will convince the Council of Elders that there is no sentient life on Deponia. And, if he should fail, then we shall see to it that the planet is indeed uninhabited. Dismissed. I have too many worries of my own to deal with your moral misgivings, so get out! Out, I say! Yes, sir. Where the devil is Cletus?
Really? Really? Was that the entire chapter?
Only the most epic tales feature cool depictions of saw blades crushed into cable boat walls. The attempt, though a blunt stunt, affected goals and planned, but surely can't be blamed on Rufus at all. Reckoning up the sum, the best was yet to come. For the end of part one seemed a little too coarse, and to a man we'll send him to attend a second chance for a decent happy ending, a grand fling with dancing and booze and so forth.
A sound with booze and so forth.
That's the floating black market.
I think I ought to fire my chiropractor. Doc? Huh. We seem to have docked. But where is everybody? Huh. A note from Bozo, that old pirate. Good morning, lazy bones. Doc took Gold to his office. Huh. Finally someone who uses his brain. She wasn't feeling all that well. Yada, yada, yada. Blood from her ears. Blah, blah, blah. You can find me in the tavern. Tavern? Now that sounds promising. Huh, there's something else. Don't forget to go and see Doc. He needs your help. Why can't they ever manage without me?
Okay, let's just look here and confirm. Yeah. We're in chapter 5. Like, no joke. I can't go back to look at the first 3 because that's only available in Deponia, and then of course I can't do anything beyond Chaos in Deponia. So even if chapter 5, 6, and 7 are all of reasonable, good lengths, the fact that there's 4 chapters here and there were 3 in the first game is just a total marketing gimmick. This is ridiculous. Just completely ridiculous. That in less than 40 minutes, you did the first chapter. So, is this second game only going to be 3 hours long? I don't know. I doubt it. And there was a ridiculous amount of videos. Just take a look. We went through 6 videos in that first chapter. Just doing the first chapter. There was, in the first chapter, 2 scenes. Exactly 2 scenes. You didn't really talk or interact with anybody. It looks like there's going to be considerably more videos in this setup. Apparently the puzzle piece wasn't part of that, but that's fine. I doubt I'll find all the puzzle pieces. I may not find any of them. So what just ridiculousness. I can try here and justify this and say, well, at least they're making it short at the beginning, the tutorial level. That is better game design than having, like in the first game, the first level being the incredibly long part. But we've just hit another chapter that was incredibly short, like chapter 2 in the first game. You gotta keep this stuff balanced. You need to keep this stuff balanced when you're making a game. I feel gypped, and as a YouTuber I'm definitely gypped now because I have to end. I have to end right here and come back tomorrow or Monday if today's Friday, because there's nothing more I can do. Let me look at the audio for 1 second. Well, the music's already, I think, down to the setting I had it at before, so I hope that's good. It's probably fine. Well, that's it for this episode. This incredibly short episode, an incredibly short chapter. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.